Hello students, welcome to Learner's Planet. This is our second theory session for synthetic fibers and fabrics. In the previous session, we discussed about the natural fiber and the synthetic fiber, the difference between them, natural polymer and the synthetic polymer. In this session, we are going to discuss about the examples of synthetic fibers like rayon, nylon, acrylic, and of course their properties and uses. So let's start our session. Rayon. Rayon is what? It is a semi-synthetic fiber or regenerated fiber. It is obtained from cellulose. Cellulose is present in wood. So from wood pulp, cellulose is obtained. It is chemically processed, then changed into formed into the filaments, which is then spun into the thread or fabrics. These are rayon threads, right? These are used for doing embroideries and all. This is one rayon net. This thing is made up of rayon. Now let's see its source. I'm showing you these images so that you can just relate it to your say home. You can find these things at your home also. So it's not that you're just reading the name of the fabric and just forgetting it. You are not able to relate it to the fabrics which you're seeing. These all are the things which are made up of rayon. What is the source? It's wood pulp. Wood pulp consists of cellulose, right? That cellulose is chemically processed and this rayon fiber is obtained. Rayon is also known as artificial silk. See, it doesn't crushes. See, it's your natural silk. Natural silk, if you just throw it, it wrinkles easily. Natural silk, when it is wore also, it wrinkles up. But artificial silk, it doesn't wrinkle easily. And it doesn't require a careful ironing in all. This artificial silk, it requires careful, natural silk requires a very careful ironing. See, rayon is a regenerated synthetic fiber. It is produced from cellulose, which is a naturally occurring fiber. Where it is present? It is present in the wood pulp. It is neither a truly synthetic fiber nor a natural fiber. It's a semi-synthetic fiber. Rayon is also known by names viscose rayon and artificial silk in textile industry. This you should know. Viscose rayon and artificial silk. It can be dyed in variety of colors. The cellulose, it has got no color. If you want the colorful fabric to be made from it, it should be dyed. So it is dyed with in wide variety of colors. This fiber is obtained by chemical treatment of wood. Rayon is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets and also to make carpets. So rayon is used for making bed sheets and carpets. It is mixed with cotton. It can be mixed with say Orlon, other fiber, to make carpets. Right? Let's see the properties of rayon. It absorbs sweat. Rayon clothes are therefore preferred over other synthetic fibers in summer. So other synthetic fibers like nylon, like terylene, they do not absorb sweat as much. But rayon has the quality of absorbing sweat just like natural fibers. So it is preferred in summer. It is shiny and lustrous and resembles silk in appearance. Do remember this thing, students. I have told you that the artificial fabrics, they do not absorb sweat. They absorb sweat to a lesser extent as compared to the natural fibers. But rayon has got this quality of absorbing sweat. So it is worn in summer. As it is shiny and lustrous, It is also called as what? Artificial silk. Rayon is used for making shirts, ties. Your ties are made of rayon, of course, right? Home furnishings like bed sheets, curtains, tablecloths, sofa covers, they are all made up of rayon. Rayon is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets and wool to make carpets. This I've already told you. So these are the uses of rayon. If you're asked to write the answer or write the short notes on rayon, what all are the important points you are going to cover? First thing, the source, right? Second thing, the type of fabric it is. Of course, the first thing which you should include is the type of fabric it is. Is it a natural or synthetic or semi-synthetic? It should be the first point. Second point should be from where it is obtained. Third point, that it is also known by the names viscose rayon or artificial silk. Right? Fourth point, it should be the properties, that is, it absorbs sweat, right? And secondly, it is shiny, lustrous and resembles silk in appearance. And fifth should be the uses of rayon. Nothing of these points should be mixed and nothing should be repeated. In order to get good marks, do remember not to repeat anything in science and cover all the important points. Okay? Now let's take up the next fabric, that is nylon. Nylon, see, these are nylon bags. These are nylon belts. Nylon was the first true synthetic fiber. This I have told you. Nylon bristle toothbrush was made in 1938 and that was followed by women's stockings in 1940. You should know this history also. It is a commercially successful polymer. It is what? It is a synthetic fiber and it was the first synthetic fiber to be used. Nylon fiber is small, shiny and round. It has excellent abrasion resistance and it melts on burning. So if you have seen this bag-like structure, or if you have seen ropes are made up of nylon. If you just burn ropes, it will melt. Properties of nylon. It is elastic and does not lose strength even after repeated use. You can just experience it. You must have seen your ropes of nylon. You can just stretch it off, right? It is lustrous and is also easy to wash. Let's see the uses of nylon fiber. Nylon is the strongest material. Because of this reason, it is extensively used in making ropes. Ropes used for trekking, for bungee jumping. They are all made up of nylon fiber. Because it is the strongest material. It is very, very strong. Because the bonds formed between the polymer, between the monomer, they are very strong as compared to the bonds between the monomers of natural fiber. Nylon fiber is also used in packing material, is also used for making packing material. Nylon fiber is also used for making packing material. Nylon is used for packing foodstuffs like sausages and meat are packed in sheets made up of nylon. Nylon is used for making bath sponges, the scrubs which we use. These are also called as bath puffs or boof poofs. You can find it at your home and also in the supermarkets. All waterproof clothes like raincoats, hats, leggings are made up of nylon. See, this has got the property of waterproof. This is a very good property of nylon. It doesn't get wet in water. It doesn't absorb water. Articles like socks, of course, socks absorbs water. But raincoats, they do not absorb water. Socks, ropes, tents, toothbrushes, car seat belts, sleeping bags, curtains, they are also made from nylon. Say nylon itself is of three types. Nylon 66 is one, nylon 6 is one, nylon 2 is one. So these are all made from different types of nylons. Right? Socks is made up of a different type of nylon. Again, your rope, that is the bristles of the toothbrush, they are made from nylon 66. Right? So these are different types, say cords, fabrics, ropes, they are all made from different types of nylons. So you must be knowing this, that nylon itself is of 4 types. Otherwise there will be a question over here that toothbrush bristle is very hard, socks are very soft. So nylon is mixed with something else, some other fiber, depending on the usage. Nylon is used for making parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. Why? Because it is very strong. Nylon is widely used in making tires and military supplies. Right? So there are different types of nylon, nylon 66, nylon 6, nylon 2. They are all used for making different types of materials or different types of things depending on the usage. Right? So this is all about nylon. Now let's discuss about the next polymer, that is polyester. Polyester, you must have heard of. This is also a type of synthetic fiber. The most commonly used polyester is Terylene. So this is the polyester fabric, how it looks. It has got a shiny appearance, but the shine or luster is less than that of rayon. These are of many types, like Terylene is also polyester. Terrycot is also a polyester. Polyester is a polymer in which ester, a chemical compound, is a monomer unit. So poly meaning what? Poly means many. And ester. So many ester units, they combine. Ester is a chemical compound. You just, as of now, you know, listen to me, that ester is a chemical substance. Don't go deep into its structure. Right? So this ester, I will draw it for you. RC. So these ester units, they are linked together and they form what? Polyester. This is one ester unit, this complete. So polyester is formed. Ester is a monomer unit. Okay? There are different types of polyesters. The most commonly used polyester is Terylene. Terylene is blended with natural fibers to improve its properties. See students, the ester is there, of course, but this is R. This stands for an organic compound. Of course, ester as a whole is also an organic compound, but this R stands for any thing, that is for alkane. This R is for alkane or alkene, any organic compound. It's not necessary for you to do these terms or just remember these terms. Okay, do remember there are different types of esters, and depending on the type of ester present, the polyester can be of different types. The most commonly used is Terylene here. This Terylene is blended with natural fibers to improve its properties. The one thing which is very important about Terylene is resistant to chemicals. This Terylene is mixed with cotton. So Terylene, it is of course resistant to chemicals, but it doesn't have absorbing property. So if water spills over the fabric, it will not absorb. In order to improve the properties of terylene, what is done is terylene is mixed with cotton and a fabric is obtained which is called as Terrycot. Right? Terylene of these, this terry part is a polyester. It is a different type of ester, or ester is the monomer, and it is linked to form the polyester. That is ester, 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 ester. Do remember this ester is an organic compound. Organic compound means it is obtained from the living organisms, or it is present in the living organisms, or it is obtained from petroleum products. This polyester or this terylene is mixed with cotton, forming Terrycot. Terylene is resistant to chemicals and cotton is a very good absorber. It absorbs. So Terrycot has a better absorbing power as compared to terylene, and Terrycot is also resistant to chemicals. So where it will be used? It is used for making aprons, for lab coats. These lab coats, which is normally the scientists wear or the students in the chemical lab wear. And even the uniforms of the persons working in the factories, say in the battery industry where the batteries are made, they are also made up of Terrycot. Because that thing has to be, the fabric has to be resistant to chemicals, and also it should be a good absorber. So this terylene has got a wide use in chemical industry. The fabrics are made from this Terrycot. There is one more thing, that is Terrywool. How Terrywool will be obtained? Terrywool will be obtained by mixing Terylene and wool. Terrywool, a blend of terylene and wool, is warm. It is what? Terrywool. So it is warm in addition to all the characteristics observed in polyesters. So it is again resistant to chemicals. It is warm also. Why? Because it is mixed with wool. So these fabrics are used for making coats, right? For making blazers. So these fabrics are warm, as well as they have got the properties of terylene. Let's see a few properties of polyesters. It is strong, lightweight, and has got good elasticity. Elasticity is what? It is a property due to which if a substance is stretched or if pressure is applied to the substance, right, it gets stretched. But as soon as the pressure is released, it regains its shape. That is elasticity. So polyester is what? Is strong, lightweight, and has good elasticity. Terylene is also one kind of polyester. So the fabrics made up of this terylene or this terrycot or terrywool will have what? Will have good elasticity, will be light in weight, and also strong. Why? Because there are chemicals over there. These chemicals have got strong bonds between them. That is why they are strong, and you cannot just tear it easily. It resists wrinkling and springs back into shape when creased. Polyester fabrics can be washed and dried easily and quickly. So they can be washed easily and dried easily. They can be washed and dried easily and quickly. They do not need that special detergent for it. A special detergent which the fabrics like wool or cotton need. So uses of polyesters. Polyester is used for making lightweight sails. Polyester films are used for making magnetic recording tapes in audio cassettes, video cassettes, and floppy disks. These are known as mylar. Terylene is used for making conveyor belts, as it is very elastic. Only terylene. This terylene is mixed with cotton for making shirts, skirts, frocks and other dress materials. Terrywool is used for making formal suits. So you should remember the properties of polyester. It is strong, it is light in weight, it has got good elasticity, it resists wrinkling, and also it can be dried and washed easily. Let's take up one more synthetic fabric, that is acrylic. Acrylic, see, this is used for making sweaters. It is used for making carpets. Acrylic fibers are also known as Orlon or Acrilan. It closely resembles wool. The wool obtained from natural sources is quite expensive. Obviously, it is obtained from animals, and as the large amount of wool is needed, is required. So the wool, natural wool, is quite expensive. Whereas this Orlon or Acrilan or acrylic fibers, they can be produced in huge amounts in laboratories. So they are cheaper. Whereas clothes made from acrylic are relatively cheap. They are available in a variety of colors. The properties, it is warm, soft, light and flexible. It is warm like wool, right? It is resistant to moths and chemicals also. So these are the good qualities of acrylic fibers. So acrylic is used for making sweaters, socks, shawls, carpets and blankets. Those soft blankets which you use, they are made up of acrylic. They are soft. See, woolen blankets you can't use because that causes itching also, and that is not that soft, and of course it will not be cheap also, and its maintenance will be also a problem. But acrylic fiber or Orlon is an artificial fiber. It is warm as well as soft as well as light and flexible, and it is also less expensive. See, here I am not at all saying that synthetic fibers are better than natural fibers. They are of course better, but natural fibers, they do have their own use. They do have their own qualities. Right? But in this topic, as we are discussing about synthetic fibers, I am giving you the advantages of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are cheap. They can be easily maintained. They can be dried up. They can be washed and dried easily. They don't need any expensive detergent for it or specific detergent for it. They are, if wrinkled, they gain their original shape. Right, their ironing is also not a big problem. The only drawback with synthetic fiber is that they catch fire easily. The fibers melt on burning. So if at all you're wearing a synthetic fiber while cooking in the kitchen or while doing something in the kitchen and while working with the gas stove or while burning firecrackers, it is a risky thing. You should avoid it because the synthetic fibers, they melt and they stick to the skin. Right? So though they have got advantages, they have got certain disadvantages also. They are not very good absorbers of sweat, so they are not used in summers except for rayon or artificial silk. So this is all about the synthetic fiber, students, about their examples, about their advantages and disadvantages. Natural fibers, you all must have started about jute, hemp, cotton, silk, which is obtained from silkworms. See, most of the natural fibers are obtained from plants and animals, for which plants are needed to be cut, for which animals, most of the animals, they are killed for getting large amount of this silkworm. It involves the killing of large amount of silk moths. So that is why synthetic fibers are preferred over natural fibers. Of course, they've got many more properties. So just go through the text, do remember the properties and their uses. Now I'll be concluding this session, students. In the next session, we'll be discussing about one more synthetic polymer, that is plastic, which are widely used these days. I hope you have enjoyed this session, students. Thank you for listening patiently and do have a nice time ahead.